But you don't put the fries in the middle.
Yes, you do.
No.
Sometimes putting fries in the burger, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I've done that in a sandwich.
In a
In a
sandwich.
sandwich.
This
I
is
never had an
the-
American
this is
hamburger
the
before
scariest
2003.
American French sandwich ever. Have we started yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe we did.
You did it, so.
All right, so he was 18th. Clearly you're slow. You're announcing your retirement. You're done.
Am I?
Okay. All right, we are. Friday,
I picked him to win.
End of the day, Friday. Tell us about your day, Sebastien Bourdais, and also tell us about this weird phenomenon of going out on reds, getting a red flag, and then trying to go back out and make speed, and speed didn't necessarily happen.
And failing? Yeah, no, it was a tough break. I mean, the car was pretty good on blacks as usual. You know, I think the guys do a really good job for me. You know, Craig, Olivier, and everybody at the Delcon Racing with RACER and Sullivan. That Seal Master on that number 18 was pretty quick again. I think we were like 4th or 5th or something like that after the first round of laps on primary Firestones, and then waited a little bit, did a second run, went back out on reds, and red flag on start of the first time lap. Came back around, had a bit of pickup on tires. I'm like, can't have heard the tires that bad, and sure enough, just went back out and just couldn't do anything better than 19 flat. So, yeah, just a little disappointing. But I think you see kind of a pattern. Like everybody who got caught out by the red flag, nobody really did anything particularly lightning as far as pace. So I guess that's the trend. There's probably a good one lap in all in those Firestone red tires. So I think we'll probably see the Penske's managing to have a pretty strong rear end on them as they always do. But as far as we're concerned, we don't seem to be on that program.
Robin, I know you loved how the end of the day lap times worked out. Kid in 3rd place. You're rather happy there.
Well, I mean, I think, like Seb said, there was a reason that he was first. Pato O'Ward was first for a long time. Then he was second for a long time. You kept thinking, okay, where's all the red? And then when the guys all put on red tires, they got hosed like you did. But what I want to ask him is, before we get to that, one of the great races we saw this year was Mid-Ohio, and your charge from the back to the front. As tough as this place is, could we see that here with these cars?
I think it's really hard here. I mean, the problem is you can't push super hard for very long because the tire degradation is very high, and as soon as you get in the wake of someone, you lose even more downforce, so you hurt the tires some more. So I think Mido is very special for that because you just can hit and hard and the tires and just never really suffer. Degradation is very minimal. But yeah, here is a bit of a different story. So I don't foresee that. I think track position here is really key. So we'll see, but you see some cars that were not very happy on blacks as usual, kind of, jumping ahead with the alternate tires. So and we'll see what tomorrow brings, I guess.
I just think when you think about when you're 18, 19 years old and you're coming up the ladder, Colton Herta, Brian's son, and Pato O'Ward, he was 3rd at the end of the day. They've had a lot of experience for teenagers and stuff. Pretty impressive just to watch them start out like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously Pato just came out of nowhere on that one run in reds on lap 1, so definitely some cars just come to life, with the other rubber, and it's just the way it is. The problem is all you can work on, is the primary tire. So that's the tough part, for me, and it's always the frustrating part when your car doesn't work so well on the option, because all you can do is develop your setup for the blacks, and then you're hoping that the extra grip kind of just plain straight goes faster, but sometimes it doesn't work that way, so we'll see.
We had Joseph Newgarden, who missed the entire first session. They had some fuel-related issue, plus he's apparently not feeling all that well. Jumped up to P1 in his Team Penske Chevy. Scott Dixon was P2. Spoke with him after the session. He was just racked with nerves and pressure,
God.
Right?
He
could have fallen asleep.
He's
he was
coming
so
unglued.
He's been there a few times, you say?
I think so. You look at Rossi, who was a few more cars back. Kinda. What do you think, Seb? It looks like what we thought might be happening. Penske pretty quick. Ganassi thereabouts. Only surprise so far is we haven't seen Rossi all the way towards the front. I know it's only 2 sessions on a Friday, but how much do you think things could change by tomorrow?
I don't know. I mean, I think obviously, Alex, I mean, not being judgmental about anything or, favorite for anyone, but it's just, and it's a hard task. I mean, really, you look at it, Scott's so strong. I think, he's not going to put a wheel wrong, you know that.
Right.
And Scott's friends right now, the Penskes, because if
Yeah.
they're up there,
Yeah.
Alex is done.
Yeah.
So Alex needs the perfect weekend and something pretty dramatic to happen against, to his opponents. So, yeah, it's a big ask. I just don't quite see it, with the way things are shaking out today. But I mean, obviously, Andretti's been very strong this year at bouncing and really overcoming some adversity. So, and then who knows? I mean, this is a race where stuff happens at the start, and there's no safe place to be. It can happen anywhere up and down the grid. So, a not so good favorable set of circumstances can turn into something very different all of a sudden. So I guess you're gonna have to hang on to your pants and watch the race.
I like that. Hang on to your pants.
Says Sebastien.
And wear a
Bourdais.
belt. Oh, no, sorry.
What else should we talk about?
Does he remember when he was 19? I remember when I met
I
him
wasn't
in 2002.
even there when I was 19.
No, I know. You were
I was in
coming up-
F3.
You were F3, buddy, but I'm just thinking, you think about how, you're still doing this 20 years later, how cool that is, and you're still winning races, and you're still kicking ass. But it's so hard to imagine. When I grew up, you had to be 21 to get a license, and guys wouldn't trust guys with IndyCars till they were 30, and now you got teenagers running IndyCars.
Yeah, and obviously just, proving very fast and quick learners. I think, there's obviously the way they go through the feeder series and the amount of experience that they get from the teams with all the resources we have now at our disposal, video and all the data and the simulation work that can be done. And yeah, I mean, the guys just grow so fast as professional race car drivers. So, if you have talent, you can really make some pretty clear statements very, very fast, even in, top series.
Get your kid a golf club and a tennis racket.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy if he was a golfer.
That's
but,
right.
I guess,
and you could carry his clubs and say, son.
I'd be happily the caddy, that's for sure. I think it wouldn't stand a chance if I was the caddy, but I'd be okay with that.
You're a smart guy. You could read putts.
French Caddyshack. That's
French
the movie I wanna
Caddyshack.
watch. All right. We're just rambling at this
We
point.
are. Bourdais he's really become good at this. It worries me.
Well, we were saying yesterday.
Man, you're not getting any younger.
No kidding.
You only
I'm not getting any younger to drive those
Miller
things,
only
but
shaved the
But I
left
think-
side of
I
his face,
think you
by the
have-
way, not the right.
That's Bourdais. He's getting good at this.
All right, so take us home. You take us home. We always say goodbye. You say goodbye for us.
all right, guys. I hope he does a good job editing this stuff and try and make it a little bit more funny than it's been, because I don't know, I don't feel the excitement, and everything.
You don't
But
feel the Emmy
anyways,
Award?
It's and we'll talk to you tomorrow.